Welcome back, everybody. Todd here. I'm up here at the Northland. My buddy Greg's up here with me, and it's a nice balmy 45 today, and we're going to get some work done on this shed project. You can see in the background I got the door up here safely, and put a refrigerator up and some other materials, electrical, etc. So we're going to get after it right now. Let me show you what we got going on. So I went ahead and cut this piece of trim for the bottom, did it up at home in the shop, and got it up here. We had to do a little bit of persuasion, but we've belt sanded it down, and now it'll fit in there. We'll go ahead and nail that in. You got the door there. We're going to get the door on today. We've got roofing materials here to roof it, although today may or may not be that day. We're under the threat of rain. And then we're going to run electrical. We're just going to jump it off of this building over here, run conduit underneath, pop up over there. That'll give us our electrical for this refrigerator. Refrigerator is going to be used for spillover. I mean, it'd be nice to have some additional refrigeration for the guys, put some beer in or whatever, but mostly for camp. If we shoot a deer up here in warmer temperatures where it's too warm to hang it outside, we'll be able to quickly break that down, quarter the deer, and throw it in the refrigerator out here in the shed, and don't have to bring any of that mess into the cabin. So that's the game plan. We're going to get after it, and we'll bring you along for the ride. Okay, at this point we're pre-drilling those so it doesn't split, and then we're putting a 2.5. Go ahead. So that it's hitting all the meat. You can see the door. You got a 2x4. You got the plywood. Then you got 1x. So you know, a standard hinge screw is only going to come through this and barely into that. So we want it to grab a lot of meat. So we're gonna overdo it. All right, we'll get these other hinges in and then we'll go ahead and stick her in. Okay, progress report. The door is hung. I'll show you that a little bit better here in a few minutes, but let's move on. We're trying to beat the rain. There's some rain potential in the forecast, so we've gone ahead and started our electrical. So there you got conduit. Here's what we're doing. We're coming around on the inside. Here's our power in. Comes up there. We're going to jump out of that box, come down, go out that way. You can see the power in right there. Come out through that. We're going to use that as an outside receptacle. We've come underground with the conduit, come inside to a box there. That'll go in there. Yep.
Okay.
And
ready to try to do that.
Yeah, no problem. We got a box right there. That'll be for the refrigerator. Then we'll go downstream and catch another one. We're going to go up above and do some pull chain lights and call it a day. So, all right, we'll be back in a few. Here's our exterior. We've got one outlet now on the outside that we're using as a junction box and an outlet, which is good. Now we can run extension cord all the way back to the building back there if we need to. Here's our power in to the other building, all buried up and good to go. Greg's working on a couple of pull chain lights. We got the refrigerator in place. The electrical box is back there. You'll have to trust me on that. We're just putting these in temporarily. You can see we've run a lot of extra Romex there on both of these lights so we can relocate them later and not have a problem. So again, we're racing the rain. It has been sprinkling here for, I don't know, the last 45 minutes or so. We just have a few more things. We're gonna go ahead and get the latch on the door tonight and call it a night. We'll put the door jam material, the door stop material in tomorrow. Okay, looking good. Before I knock off for the night, we turn the power on. Here's our two pull chains, looking good. We got the refrigerator in place. Hey, guess what? It's working. Fired it up. Sounds like it's kicking out some cold. We're gonna leave it run overnight just to make sure that the trip up didn't do anything to screw up the refrigerant, but everything's looking pretty good, and we're gonna put the latch on now and call it a day. Okay, welcome back to day 2 up here at the Northland. We've got the door installed. We did the electrical, which you just saw. We put the door stop in, and we got the latch on there. We've tested out the refrigerator, which is working fine, and we've now shut that off. And today we're going to be tackling the roofing. Let me show you what we got going. Our roof is all dried off. It's I got the tar paper on, as you may know, last episode, and so today it's just a matter of shingling that thing off. We're hoping to be able to get that knocked out in a couple hours. Famous last words, it always takes longer than you think, but Greg's going to do the cutting and handing up, and I'll nail it all off, and hopefully we can tag team it and just pound it out. So here we go. So I've been going ahead and installing the shingles. At this point, the first 3 courses or so kind of got to do by the ladder. Then I'll be able to get up on the roof. That'll go a lot faster because I won't have to keep moving the ladder. Just a little closer look to how we've been getting started here. And once I get these 3 more shingles on, I'll be able to hop up on the roof and just start nailing them off without having to move the ladder every couple feet. Here we are after the job is done. It took a little bit longer than we expected, but a lot of cuts across the top to make the front edge work. But yeah, it looks good. And I think the color is gonna work out well with that stain color of the shed. We're gonna obviously stain this shed the same color as that one, which will match up well with the cabin. So yeah, I think everything turned out nice. Walk around front, I'll let you have a look see at that. So there's your front. Everything's looking good. Now it's a matter of cleaning our mess up. But the shed is now officially done for now. We'll pick it up again in the spring after we can stain it and caulk it up and stain it and stuff, but it'll winter over quite well now, so we're on to bigger and better things. Well, that's going to do it for this shed project. I appreciate you guys tagging along. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do me a favor and give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next project.